Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at data types in JavaScript. There are 8 different data types in JavaScript. You can pause and look at the following diagram to see a short description of each data type. But in this video, we're going to be looking at the most common data types. The first data type we're going to be seeing is strings. So to create a string in JavaScript, we can use either double quotes, single quotes, or backticks. Using double quotes and single quotes is practically the same, but backticks have a special feature which we're going to be seeing. So we're going to use variables. So let's create one called first name, and we're going to use double quotes and we're going to give it John. And now we can also have another variable called last name, and we're going to give it the value Smith. And we can actually use single quotes here since it doesn't make a difference. And finally, we're going to have another variable called introduction. And here we're going to use the special feature of the backticks. So we're going to have backticks and we're going to say, hello, my name is, and here we can substitute in different variables using the $sign and the curly braces. So here we can have $sign followed by curly braces, and inside the curly brace we can put in the name of the variable we want to substitute. So we're going to have first name, then we're going to have a space. We can substitute in another variable using the same technique. So we're going to have a $sign, and in curly braces we can put in last name. And now we can print this out and see what we get using the console.log function. So we're going to have console.log and we're going to give it introduction, and we're going to save our file. Now to run this code, if you have the code runner extension, you can simply press the play button in the top right corner. And if you don't have the code runner extension, you can simply install it. On the left side of the screen, you can see an extensions tab. You go here and you're going to search for code runner. And the first result you get, you're going to install that. And once it's installed, you're going to get the play button. So now we're going to press on the run button. And as you can see, we get, hello, my name is John Smith. So the variables first name and last name have been substituted in to the introduction variable. Now the next data type we're going to be seeing are numbers. So when it comes to numbers, numbers are used to represent decimals and integers in JavaScript. So we can have a variable called age, and we can set it to an integer value of, let's say, 20. And we can also have another variable called average, and we can give it a decimal value. So we can give it, for example, 90.6. And again, using the console.log function, we can print these two numbers out. So we're going to console.log both age and average, and we're going to save our file and we're going to run it. As you can see, we get 20 and 90.6. Now the third data type we're going to be seeing in this video is booleans. So booleans are used to represent one of two values, so they can either be true or false. If you're used to Python, in Python you write true and false using capital T and capital F, but in JavaScript we're going to be using small t and small f. So now we can create variables. Let's call one is student, and we can set it equal to true, and we can have another variable called accepted, and we can set it equal to false. And again, we're going to use the console.log function to print them out. So we're going to pass in is student, and we're going to also pass in accepted. We can save our file and run it. As you can see, we get true and false. Now, to check the data type of a given variable, we can use a special function which is called type of. So this is how you use the type of function. Let's just create different variables of different type. So we are going to have let name, and we're going to set it equal to John. And we're going to have age, and we're going to set it equal to 20. And we're going to have is student, and we're going to set it equal to true. And now we're going to use the type of function. All you have to do is put in type of, and in parentheses, you pass in the variable you want to check. So we're going to check all of them. So we're going to pass in name. Then we're going to also pass in age and is student. Now, if we save and run this file, nothing will happen because we haven't used the console.log function. So we're going to use it now, console.log. And in parentheses, we're going to have type of name. We're going to put console.log on the second one as well. And finally, for the third variable, we're going to put in a console.log. Now we can save our file and we're going to run it. As you can see, the first result we get is a string. That is because the name variable stores a string. Then we get number. That is because the age variable stores a number. And finally, we get boolean because the isStudent variable stores a boolean value. So this has been a basic introduction to data types in JavaScript. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to show your support.